So this is a topic that I get asked questions about quite often, and I don't think I've ever done a video on it, so I thought that'd be a good topic for today. Guys, you can head out of this one. This is for ladies only. So, question is, will you lose your boobs from lifting weights and fitness in general? So, before we start talking about that, let's go back to the topic of spot training. Training a certain muscle to lose fat in that area, which we know is not true. So if you don't know what that means, people that want to do more ab exercises to lose fat in their belly, or do more leg exercises to lose fat in their legs, that isn't true. We know you can't do that. Muscle tissue is muscle tissue, fat tissue is fat tissue. Muscle will never turn into fat, and fat can never turn into muscle. You can lose or gain both those things in a certain area, but one will never become the other, and training that certain area will not cause a loss of fat tissue in that certain area. So the same goes for losing or not losing your boobs. So here's the thing to take into consideration, and again, every person is different. Boobs are one of two things, or a mixture of both: mammary tissue and fat tissue. So mammary tissue is completely different than fat tissue. You can have large breasts by just gaining weight. And I'm sure some of you that have gained weight have also felt that you've gained weight in your boobs. But if you had big boobs to begin with, or you were somebody who's very, very thin and you still have really big boobs, chances are they're not fat tissue, they're mammary tissue. Mammary tissue is not affected by weight loss. Hence the reason why many people who go through a drastic weight loss end up getting a breast reduction, because they don't lose anything in their boobs. They still have really big boobs and they don't want that, so they end up getting a reduction because you can't lose mammary tissue. It will not change by weight loss. Now, you can have a mixture of both. You can have mammary tissue and then also gain fat on top of that. But the important thing to remember, exercise does not affect the loss of the tissue in that area, either way. So lifting weights will not cause the mammary tissue to go away, and it will also not cause the fat tissue to go away. The only thing that will cause your boobs to get smaller is weight loss if it's fat tissue. So if you're worried about losing your boobs and you want to lose weight and they are fat tissue, you got to pick and choose, because you can't pick and choose where you lose weight from. So if your boobs are not mammary tissue and they're mostly made up of fat tissue and you lose a ton of weight, chances are you're going to lose your boobs too. Now, if they're mammary tissue, if you had, boobs growing up your entire life and then maybe just gain weight and you want to lose weight, then the mammary tissue is not affected by weight loss and you will still have big boobs. But the important thing, weightlifting won't affect it in any way. Now, you can build your pecs. Now, a woman can definitely build their pecs up. It might cause the way that your boobs look to appear differently. You might have chest lines or pec lines underneath behind that tissue, but it won't cause your boobs to get smaller in any way. So if that's something that you're fearful about and you're a woman who wants to get into weightlifting, please know that, that doesn't happen. So when you're looking at, most competitors, bodybuilders, and a lot of us do have implants. The reason being, now, those of you that do have big boobs naturally and you're thin, you're lucky, you're in the 1%, so awesome. Most of the time, severe weight loss also does, cause you to lose your boobs. So that's why most competitors, if you're going down to a severely low body fat, like under 5% body fat on the regular, you probably lost all the tissue in that area, because it probably wasn't mammary tissue, it probably was fat tissue if you had any, and you probably don't have any boobs by the end of it. So that's why most competitors do have implants, because it is drastically affected by weight loss in that way. But lifting or fitness will not cause your boobs to change. So hope that helps clear up that topic for you. And for those of you that are fearful to get into weightlifting because you're afraid of that, it's not going to hurt you and you will still have big boobs.